Good morning, University of Hawaii. We are now in English class because a pandemic is not challenging enough. Let's knock the power out as well. I hope you're having a good morning. I hope that these videos help alleviate a little bit of the stress that you feel. With not being able to get on and not having internet access. Also, I do understand that most of you are probably not going to be able to watch this video right today, but it'll give you the opportunity either later on this afternoon or tomorrow to not get behind in school. So feel free to watch this whenever you'd like. Let's jump into it. Have you written in your planner? Did you watch the first period video? So if you haven't written in your planner, let's do that right away because we have to do that every single day. This is the homework for today. I've already gone over it in my first video for humanities, but I want to hit a couple things just in case you don't see all of the videos. You only have one no red ink assignment, which was the quiz. You should finish that. Also, I have decreased the amount of iReady. You're supposed to do 20 minutes every single day that you have me, which would, for University of Hawaii, be a total of 60 minutes this week. I'm going to eliminate that today because this is just too many variables. So few of us have electricity. So I need you to finish 40 minutes of iReady reading, and that's the only change. What we're doing today is our graphic organizer for our analysis of poetry, and this is where it's going to get a little bit different because I let you all choose the poems, and my two classes chose two different poems, which is awesome. I'm so glad you guys used your own personalities, and I'm able to see a little bit of your personality shine through that little black box on my screen. So let's jump into it. The first thing we need to do is determine the theme of the poem. We talked a little bit on Monday about what the theme of the poem was, but before I go any farther, let's do a little refresher. Your poem that you chose was The Miracle of Morning by Amanda Gorman, and here, if you go to your Google Classroom, you go to second period. It should be right below this video because my guess is that this video is going to be right here. This is The Miracle of Morning, and that does not have a YouTube attachment. I am so sorry. Let me edit this. That was supposed to be the video. Here's the video, and I even went through and copied. That's awesome. Sometimes teachers make mistakes too, right? Here's the video for The Miracle of Morning. I want you to take a minute. I want you to watch this video thinking about what is the theme of, there you go, babes. Here you go. What is the theme of this video? Okay? Pause this. Pause me talking. Watch that video, Miss Amanda Gorman, reading The Miracle of Morning. Think, what is the theme? See you in a minute. Okay, got it? So my question is, what is the theme? Before you share your theme with me, I hope you're actually talking out loud, just like in regular school. Looking at box, talking to myself, hoping you're participating. I want you to think about theme. Remember the difference when we have main idea. The main idea is very specific. So for example, with Percy Jackson, the main idea applied specifically to Percy Jackson. It was Percy Jackson finding out he was a demigod and going on a quest. I cannot take that. Percy Jackson found out he was a demigod and went on a quest out of that novel and drop it in another novel. I can't take that out of Lightning Thief and drop it in Harry Potter because Harry Potter isn't a demigod and Harry Potter doesn't go on a quest. However, the theme is universal. So the theme I can take out of a story and drop into another story. And I'm going to Lightning Thief because I know we talked about it when we were doing Lightning Thief. The theme of discovering yourself, the journey of self-discovery, can be taken out of Percy Jackson and put in Harry Potter because they kind of sort of went on the same kind of quest, right? They kind of sort of didn't know something about themselves, found it out, and it changed the journey of their life. So the theme, remember, our themes usually are values-based. So the theme of perseverance, the theme of discovery, the theme of Trying to think of the other themes that we've talked about so far. My mind just went completely blank. So as you read the poem, think, what is the value that Amanda Gorman is trying to say? We talked a bit about what the main idea of this is, and of course she's talking about the pandemic that we're currently in. But we cannot take coronavirus pandemic out and drop it in other stories. So that is not our theme. That is our main idea. That's the main topic of the poem. So I want you to tell me what the theme is. You're going to take that theme. Again, I'm going to repeat, I'm here to help. So at any time you need help on this, please shoot me a text, send me a phone call. My number is 209-985-1605. I am tutoring this afternoon from 2:30 to 4. So if you're able to do this before 2:30, come at 2:30 and ask me for help. If your internet is not working, call me on the phone. I can talk you through it, okay? And be patient with me because I have 45 of you that might be calling me. Not 45, I'm sorry. Only 20 that might be calling. But go into, let me make this small and show you where to find it. You need to go to the classwork section of second period. There's a graphic organizer for poetry. There is also the Miracle of Morning. This is your doc. And for you to mark up. I know it says it's an assignment, but making it an assignment was the only way I could get you to mark on it. I couldn't make individual copies if I put it out as material. This is not an assignment. You don't have to do anything with it. This is just so that you have the text for yourself. So you can make it, I just made it gray. I'm sorry. You can make it yellow and highlight and go through and copy and paste and mark up your text. That's the purpose of having this particular document. Yes? Okay. So right here we have the graphic organizer. This is your actual assignment. So what is the theme? I want you to write down the theme here of what you think the theme is, okay? Then you're going to go back and look at figurative language that's used to help the reader better understand the theme. You need to go through and look specifically, and if you go to the Miracle of Morning assignment, you can see, let me show you. Right here it says, for repetition, look for yellow. I think there's only one repetition. There's not a lot of repetition in Miracle of Morning. Repetition is going to be for Sac State because the poem they chose has lots of repetition. Look for metaphors to be light blue. And then what the biggest focus for your poem is alliteration and consonants, okay? Alliteration and consonants are going to be in light red. Just in case we need a tiny refresher on what alliteration and consonants are, let's talk about it. So, what Amanda Gorman does, and she actually does this in a lot of her poetry, is when she starts talking about the point, she starts with an introduction. When she says, I thought I'd awaken to a world in mourning, she kind of paints a picture. That there's lots of imagery in her first stanza. And then her second stanza is a contrast to say what's really going on. I see a dad with a stroller taking a jog. Across the street, a bright-eyed girl chases her dog. So it seems like a regular life. And then she starts hitting you with the theme, and she uses alliteration to carry this out. So watch. If you watch her rhythm with the poem, I'm going to read the first line of each stanza. So we have this first line, which is, I see a dad with a stroller taking a jog. Those are the words she emphasizes. Then we come down here. The first line is, we might feel small, separate, and all alone. That's alliteration. When you hear that first initial sound being the same, which is the S, we might feel small, separate, all alone. She's trying to draw your attention to that alliteration. Alliteration is the initial sound being the same in every word or in a few words. The purpose of alliteration is to focus the reader on what the author is trying to say. Consonants is like alliteration in that it's the same sound, but only with consonants. So not A, E, I, O, U, and Y, and it doesn't necessarily have to be at the beginning of the of the word. So like small, separate is definitely alliteration and consonants. But if I had to say middle sound, so if I was to say the Bible and a table, sat on a table, and close was a ladle, that DLE sound, BLEDLE at the end, it's not rhyme because ladle and Bible and table don't rhyme. You have different vowels, but it would be consonants because that consonant blend is the same. Does that make sense? We talked about this in class, but I want to refresh. I want to keep it on because I know this is all brand new for you. And also we got to take this to another level. Okay, so let's focus. Now that we have alliteration, initial sound, and I need to go super fast because I want to make this video short. We might feel small, separate, all alone. So she starts to talk about the feelings. So I'm going to go down to the first line of the next stanza. So on this meaningful morn, we mourn and we mend. So she's gone from 0 to 2 to 4. On this meaningful morn, we mourn and we mend. So she starts by talking about the mourning and how important it is. And then she talks about mourn, sad, we mend, heal. Are you ready? We will as one, we will defeat both despair and disease. So we're back to negatives and only 2. Does that help? I hope that helps. That's just alliteration. We also have a whole bunch of symbolism with light. Anything you see where Amanda Gorman, let me get off of here. Anything you see with Amanda Gorman that talks about light is a symbol. She uses light and darkness symbolically in both of the poems that we're reading for Hawaii and for Sac State. Okay, so you are going to literally just copy and paste. You're going to come over here and any figurative language, so it could be rhyme, it could be metaphor, it could be simile, it could be alliteration and consonants. That's kind of where I want you to focus. You're literally just going to copy and paste. You're looking for 5. Just to give you a number, you need 5 examples, and all of these choices for figurative language need to have something to do with the theme that you talked about, okay? Hawaii. If you were not physically with me this morning, skip this question. Oh, sorry. Skip this question. What repetition is used? We're going to talk about that in class on Friday. Okay, so this should be pretty easy to fill out. Once you filled this out on Friday, we are going to use our information to build our 3-paragraph essay analyzing poetry. And we are going to talk about how how poets and authors in general use figurative language to help focus the reader's attention on what the theme is and help really drive that theme home. Amanda Gorman does a great job. We chose her, remember, because Brandon came to our classroom and talked, so we're kind of sticking with the spoken word poetry. I know a couple of you are spoken word poets yourselves, so I wanted to stick with that genre to try to encourage you in your own way. I hope you stay safe. I hope that this video helps you not feel so frustrated today. Again, call me. Come to 4th period. I'll still be there. Come to tutoring. I will be there too. Okay? I will see you then. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.